Okay, let me say this. Let me say this here. JoJo, there's nothing in my life to have any intentions of putting fear anywhere. There's nothing in my life. Nothing in my life putting any intentions to place fear anywhere. But I get it. You seem to think that my comprehension isn't at par. Pretty much everything that I addressed in that live and I lashed out about doesn't really dictate who I really am. No. See, we lash out, JoJo, when there are some things that are said that is improperly placed. It's a normal human nature, okay? It's a normal human nature. It takes a lot to understand that, to make sure that you're an eligible candidate, to separate whether you need to place any propaganda on it. Not a single thing in that live, JoJo. None of it was to place fear anywhere. We're all humans. Nobody out here should be needing to or have to walk in fear. Let us both not forget that this is YouTube, a place where you can do whatever you want to do, be who you ever want to be, who you want to be. See, you all think, I guess now you've been led to believe that. I can't understand how you came up with your conclusion about my comprehension when 90% of my life lashing out, I made sure to play it so that I can put my argument in its place. So how did you come up with that about my comprehension? You talked about y'all. Y'all would apply to who? The two people you're talking about. So I'm addressing you on that. You talked about embarrassment. Okay. Well, I took it a little bit further and placed the parable there. If we're going to define what embarrassment is, you fit right up under that too. But now it's my comprehension. Now, lashing out with me on the YouTube, yeah, I use profanity. Calling out the B's and the MFers or whatever, yeah, that just kind of comes in my freaking language. But it also has a meaning to it, meaning that if I'm coming with that, I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. That's a fact. You know, but what gets me though, JoJo, is like you fitting in with the others. Only you or your certain type or kind can say this, but then when a rebuttal comes back to address the situation, now that needs to be flipped, right? Now we gonna flip that. My comprehension is fucked up. I didn't go off the conversation at all. I addressed y'all. The audacity. I addressed the embarrassing. Really? And throwing in my parables that fits the situation. Do nothing fucking different. Oh, other than drop some things that I felt like dropping out here because I'm tired just as much as you tired. My lashing out comes behind someone who people would assume would have done their due diligence. My lashing out comes behind that. And if you can't understand that, then maybe you need to question your comprehension. See, in the court of law, if we gonna place it there, right, you have to pull all the evidence before you should weigh in on it to see where the fault lies before you can try to fix something. Now, I know you wanted to skip trace around that because you hear it from a me and a her. Respectfully, I understand that. But what you not understanding is when a person has to prepare themselves also for their defense. Okay? You want to ignore that. That's where this lashing out is coming from. It's unbelievable. It's unimaginable. Coming from a person that you portrayed to be. There is nothing wrong with my comprehension at all. What you didn't like and what gave you, I guess, a reason to come back now to try to attack my comprehension is that you didn't like what I was saying. But everything I said is facts. And I also retracted that crappy stuff about the goddamn book. It's irrelevant. I don't give a rat's behind about it. None. Zero. But see, but these are just the weapons that gets drawn. You constantly, which you will not acknowledge because you feel like, oh, well, I'm dressing both of you, which is misplaced to keep my name out your mouth. And I have done so. I never initiate any of it. Not any of it. But then you ordering a legend. You want to order up a rule like, I'm telling you one pop and I'm telling her. I don't need to be told because I don't do so. You want to sit there and act like you can't understand the lashing out that I'm doing, right? I'm not going to have a stroke. I've been sick before. I just checked my blood pressure, which I don't have high blood pressure. It's fine. I'm good. Hi, Harlem. Hi, Wanda. I'm good. I just have my fucking chest cold. I'm good. So, I get it. I'm not going to die too soon. I'm going to depend on the Lord with that, not man. You can bet that. But my comprehension, Joe, really? Really? Because nothing in that live was off freaking topic. I responded accordingly. Your live was played. I addressed exactly what you were saying. You over there, you acted as if you said something that made me go talk about Saturn and Venus and Mars. I did no such. No such, Jojo. Now, I get it. I'm mad because you called me names. No offense. It's profanity. I use it and it gets, comes out in a bit of anger. In anger I am. Because I never would have expected this. No, I'm not concerned at all about how long you run your lives and who you bring on there. It's not none of my business. I rarely may watch a show after I came to visit the last time. I had to realize, you know what? Go back in your lane. That's what I did. Back in your lane. it's not even worth trying to, it just didn't feel, real. It just didn't feel right. Get the fuck away. So I did that. I'm not going to have a stroke, Jojo. I don't have high blood pressure. I do get loud. If I get loud, there's some meaning to my loudness. And I can't help that people don't understand or not quite listening to the words that I am reacting to, so that they can understand. It's not my fault. I'm not dumb. I'm not stupid at all. I didn't come this far in my life to be so. Now, I said it on the last line. I played all of this, kind of brought up to speed, because he wanted to understand what's the matter here, what's going on. So he knows. There's no secret about that. You asked, well, is this something that could possibly be condoned about the situation, and you're on here and blah, 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 is yelling about a man. See, what he does understand is that I'm trying to establish a point to her of something that didn't happen. He understands that. He understands the fact that the more she comes out to use you as her weapon, how I'm going to engage with the defense. How is it that you are not trying to grasp and understand that, JoJo? I'm just trying to make it make sense, right? I'm just trying to make it make sense. I'm sure you made fucking sense of it, but I'm just trying to make sense of how you not trying to make sense of it. Now to turn this around, to make it appear as if you are the main focal point about this. You've been out of this shit. You've been out of it. I said on my lives a long time ago, this ain't about JoJo. What, you gonna skip trace that? I said on my live a couple of times saying that this ain't about JoJo. Huh? So who got obnoxious and erated out here? Who did that? It was you. That was you. Need to make some point about y'all need to keep my name out your so-and-so. Or this is embarrassing, passing prejudgment on people when you've had your embarrassing moments out here too. Huh? I'm far from stupid, JoJo. I'm very far from stupid. I'm going to tell you what y'all don't like about me. When I do get irate and crazy and obnoxious, right? You hate the fact that you hear the truth in my tone. You hate the fact of how I will come and how I say things. So now you got to go and reverse some shit up and put out here that, oh, it's my comprehension. Really, Judge? It's not. I get mad when situations are not addressed the way that they should be. See, this is not new to me. It's true to me. Being me. Being me, JoJo. Being me. I didn't come out here on no fake shit. I ain't switch up my character. I've been me since day one out here. I didn't come out here to play Inspector Gadget. I didn't come out here to put my position in a fight that I know that is bigger than me, and that's R. Kelly. I ain't come out here to dox nobody. I didn't come out here to be making prank phone calls or doing all type of shit like this, but I noticed that things have changed up quite a few people out here in their character. Do you? But what's not going to happen is if these people ever decide to have a fucking lineup and somebody's got to be picked out, I will not be in that lineup. That ain't going to happen. But my comprehension is what? I responded to every single thing that you said. That is why it's imperative to play these lives so that you can hear and understand what a person is saying so that you can have a fair response. I did that so I didn't have to make up a bunch of shit as I go along. I put parables out that made absolutely sense, that fit what the narrative was about. Let's compare. Oh, this over here is not embarrassing, but this over here is. But they both are akin. Make it make sense. Huh? Make it make sense, because you're not making it make sense at all. Not at all. Isn't that crazy? But like I say, I've been out here about long as you guys. So I know the game. I know the flip side. I know how people can move. I get how people try to tear each other down and put out this or whatever and on this and on this. And at the end of the day, we could talk about this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Had it not started, we wouldn't be searching for an end. We don't want to address that, dog. We're going to skip trace around that. Had it not started, we wouldn't be looking for an end. And that's the God truth to it. We're going to skip trace around it. Jojo, there's nothing wrong with my comprehension. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. It's just that my response don't fit to what people want it to fit to. But if I'm lashing out and I'm coming out on a 10, you best to believe 99.9 of what I said is the truth. I don't need to lie out here. And I'm not trying to really be in a position to call out who done did what and what done it for. Because I don't care. I really don't care. I really don't. But now, like again, you wrong again. What about now? Think I'm going to have a stroke now? No, I'm not lashing out. I'm cool. I'm cool. Once you release that energy and get out what's bugging, wipe that shit off. Nothing in my video was about pumping fear. Nowhere. It was me expressing how I feel, whether if I had to take it up to a 20, a 10, or 50. I'm not fucking crazy. You guys, like now you joining the crew, the bandwagon, on trying to put out that I'm fucking crazy. I function well, just like everybody else. I function well. I do well. I bank well. I communicate well. As it's told out here, she ain't got no friends. Didn't I tell you, less is better. Less is better. Everything that goes on with you and what you do is right here in you. The minute you let it go and release it over there where it's Jack, Jane, Billy, and Doe, your goddamn business is going out the door. I don't fuck around like that. I don't fuck around. I've been private all my damn life. But there is a couple of friends and homies behind me that's rocking, that knows me. They know me. YouTube does not define me because I lash out. Now my comprehension is what? My comprehension, that's the best. Alright, you can take all the bitches and the MFs off of that lashing out. It just happens. Is it something personally or whatever? Probably not, man. Bunch of bullshit. Now, we actually could have finished this up on the phone conversation so you can really hear my voice through that phone. But of course, I guess with a few others, y'all got me blocked. But we could have had that. You could have went a third party with someone else on there. I wouldn't have gave a fuck. So you can really hear what I was trying to say, because now it's my comprehension. And what the hell did I say had to do with the price of tea in China based on what you were saying, which was y'all and embarrassing. The two main elements that I kept addressing. But you don't want to hear that. You want to disregard that. You want to be biased in making a decision, to use accurate illustration on who you want to address your problem to. Really? Really? If I said I wasn't doing it, I meant what I said. You asked a long time ago, prior to you leaving, and I had been acknowledged that a long time ago. I respected that, because you're right. Is this something that you would want to happen to you? I respected that. Left it alone. But now you have a constituent that chooses to use you as a weapon in my face. That wasn't going to continue to play out that way. Now, I don't know what else to say or to do to get your comprehension up to par and stop disregarding what I'm saying to you. Of course, I have to make that not my problem. But I know what I'm saying. I can hear myself speak when I say it. I can also sit here and have a calm and humble and intellectual conversation as well. I can turn on. I'm such a freaking lady too. I can turn on also to become a beast when I need to become, because there is nobody that's going to protect you, like I said. No better than yourself. Yeah. Now, I said a lot of things. I know a lot of people probably done grabbed it, whatever, and go run with it and do whatever. I can't help that. It's out there, it's up, and it's stuck. But 99% of it is absolutely true. And if it's not true, God can strike me down today. I'll be okay. Even though this isn't something that I should be saying when I'm sitting here on YouTube, because this ain't nothing but a bunch of crap. Okay? But you putting out that you're not in fear is irrelevant. Now, I have to ask you, well, where is your comprehension? Because there's nothing that I said in this video, because I'm yelling and belligerent and high-pitched and all of this and saying profanity words that will be introduced as I'm putting fear somewhere. You are a man. I'm a whole woman. Like, I'm not trying to fear something about. I'm in my stable, you in yours. What are we doing? What fear, JoJo? You mean because the way that I express myself, you're going to sum that up as, oh, you trying to put fear in me? What they do? No. Fear comes with the lining of threat. Threatening is something that I don't do to people. Well, what am I threatening for when I'm not going to sit here and follow through on some shit? I'm staying my black ass right here where I'm at, doing what the hell that I'm doing in my life. What fear? Fear, JoJo. The audacity of you even trying to put that out as if, like, what? But this is how you guys work. Let's change up the narrative. Let's switch it up. Let's make her look like this. Let's put out here like this. This is what she was proposing, and this is what her attempts was. No. No, not gonna let you have that one either. Not gonna let you have that one either. Absolutely not. Not at all. Because that's not what it was. What it was and what it is was me addressing accordingly you utilizing and emphasizing y'all in the wrong place. If you wanted to address this or that, or you were tired of hearing it or whatever, then maybe you should have done that still a long time ago. Because a long time ago, when I asked that this shit fall at the bay, y'all wasn't hearing me. You weren't hearing me. Then respectfully, I guess you heard me. You left, you put it to rest. But she kept going. Huh? No, it's not your fault that she kept going. Absolutely not. But a JoJo didn't come out my freaking mouth. None. What, you think I just woke up early in the morning and said, let me poke at her, and a JoJo this, a JoJo that, a JoJo that would be immature of me. I'm a grown-ass woman just like everybody else out here. Why would I need to do that, JoJo? Why would I need to do that? Explain that to me. I don't need to have a marble fight by using somebody's name. That's something I rarely would do. I do not implicate other people. I'm saying that time and time and time. I don't bring my chat into nothing, my moderators, nobody into nothing. And that little incident thing about Claudine joking around with Shannon on that, and that stuff happened. I don't give a rat's ass about that either. None. But there's nothing that I said that would or needed to put any fear into anybody. What are you saying? There is nothing that you said that would belittle or take away my comprehension level to have the response that I responded to you. I stayed on topic, bro. And I placed some parables where parables need to be placed. I mean, you can't look at one side of it without being able to look at the other side, right? Tomatoes, tomatoes, right? Apples to oranges. So you got something that you would like to show that looks embarrassing. Well, what about this? Is this considered embarrassing? Fact check. Let's fact check this. Let's fact check. I've said more than time after time, I could lay this stuff to rest. But every time I get ready to fluff up my goddamn pillow, I got to hear her with, oh, and that man, I'm coming. That's when I came. We're not finna keep trying to make this narrative up and stuck. And you right, most of you guys are right. Sometimes when you know some stuff ain't true, and you can let that shit fly. But then there's this other case where a person actually cares about their character. And we're going to get mine straight. That's what my intentions were. We're going to get it straight out here. You're not finna put my character out here as if I'm you. This is what you do. I'm not no internet sex porn and traveling ass female. I don't come on the internet searching for men. I ain't been on no fucking dating sites. Don't do none of that shit. You couldn't even have a goddamn good show having fun on it without something like this getting put into play. To play out here. To what? Y'all played on my emotions. Y'all didn't give a crap about how I felt or who would come across that shit on the internet. When my people back here knowing that stuff ain't true, I already had a couple people like, well, these people. Well, what man? Why they these things? I had to address that a little bit. But y'all didn't care about that. Nobody cared about that. Huh? Nobody cared about that. Let's just set this skit up. Let's run this. Huh? I always like to tell people when I come across stuff like this, you know, just don't test my freaking womanhood. My heart is filled with gold. But once I feel like something ain't right in the water, I got to switch up some stuff. Be prepared. And therefore, that's what I did. I don't care who don't like it and who do like it. They don't. I came out here to support an R. Kelly. Me, you, him, her, them, and they have sat through the worst crap out here year after year after year after year. Year after year, we sat through all this stuff. There is no team for R. Kelly. It's been divided. It's been messed up. I don't care how much one person really try to do as much as they can and gather the information and put together this and call out who did this and who said that. It's ruined. Nobody thought about unity when they indicted R. Kelly. Nobody. Fight against each other on this. Fight against each other on that. I'm going to get my own show. I'm going to do my own show. Talk about democracy and unity and support. This was one of the worst that I have ever seen in my life. Not only where all of this paperwork was coming down on this man and all of these allegations. Now I'm sitting here looking at all the goddamn retards out here in the YouTube world putting on all of these damn shows, including my dumb ass. What are we doing? What are we doing? It didn't matter what the freaking OCOV or the Teen Truth and all that stuff was saying at some point. Because as long as you got unity in a team full of people ready to go to war, you spoke more volume than them. But you let them in. Let them in. It's a fact. They stayed on one accord. Their voices got louder. They stayed it down to 2 or so channels. Their voice got louder. R. Kelly team over here, and they're all fighting. Everybody. What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? Now is what? We getting back to the regular program? What? After they have sentenced him? People got new news. Breaking. Okay. That's what you say, son. I took them to the Fed and a little bit cup of Theraflu. I'm still going to do my show tonight. Well, I'm not going to even talk about it, but it is what it is because it was already scheduled. So I'll be all right. No, only probably be live for no longer than an hour because I do need to lay down. But right now, my mind is telling me to talk. I just want to talk. That's what's going on with Pat right now. I just want to talk. Now it's my comprehension. Nothing's wrong with my comprehension. I know when the light turns green on the road, it means go. I know when I pull up to a stop sign and it's red and it spells STOP, that means stop. What the fuck is wrong with me? I know how to go to the bank and move money, write checks, sign fucking mortgage loans, arbitrate, mitigate, fill out grievances, argue. What's wrong with me? Why is something wrong with my comprehension? Why is people paying me all this fucking money to do all of this shit and they don't detect that my comprehension ain't fucked up? Somebody's lying around here. What happens with me is people don't like how I deliver. So, of course, you're going to distract with something else to prove what you're saying is correct about Pat. Deflect from that. I understand all of that. I get it. It happens in my real life. A situation has occurred and I can get both sides of what's going on, but when I try to call out, oh, it's right here. Here's the problem. That person now would probably say, oh, you're not comprehending things because it's not fitting that person's narrative, or this is not what the person wants to hear. The truth. That's what's going on. When you don't want to hear it, you will deflect. You will call names. You will subject to, oh, well, this is what's going on. Now I'm being diagnosed by somebody else. No, I don't need meds. I don't need none of that. I think that maybe I need to stop being too real with myself. Maybe I need to fall back and dip into the category of fake shit, right? Keep shit fake, right? And maybe I'll fit in. Maybe I'll be recognized more. Maybe I'll be recognized more. Maybe I need to go. Where's the school at where you learn how to be fake? Where is the school at where you learn how to not tell the truth so that you can be likable? Where is that at? I can't help it because I was born this way. You're not the first. You probably won't be the last. But you are one of those people now that wants to dictate about how you feel according to my comprehension, because my narrative is not what ye wants to hear, or I should have not said, which of course will give you validation to say that your comprehension isn't up to par, when in fact I acknowledged and responded to everything that was spoken in that live, in adding a parable, a comparison. But now my comprehension isn't good. I know what y'all means. I know what embarrassing means. And I applied, I rant exactly where it was supposed to go. Period. I apologize for all the bitches and MFers that comes with anger. It's a human nature thing that just kind of happens. You know. I apologize for that. I've been called B's and MFers too when people get mad. I don't take it to heart. I don't take it as fear or someone's threatening me. I just take it as, oh, person signifying, okay. Because it's not a new word to me for me to go all in on it and put an expression out there that if you think that this is something like you put fear in, I ain't on that type of time, because I know that that ain't what that meant. Now, I'm the one that's supposed to have been the dropout. Okay. I'm the one. Okay, Sigmund Freud will tell you different. My mama will tell you different. My daddy will tell you different. Tell you totally different. I'm just talking. I'm just talking to you. I'll be live on my live in 3 hours. In 3 hours, I'll be live. Right now, I just need to talk. Because this shit crazy. I mean beyond crazy on all of the crazy crap that went on out here, and you best to believe that you're going to hear the words and the acknowledgments and crazy shit of people retracting. No. Now that the rabbit is talking, right? You really gonna put out a statement that I don't wear? How long your life, Georgia? You addressed the bull crap in the live, the petty stuff in the live. You skipped over the real stuff in the live. No, you ain't never worried about what's over here. And yes, I get it, fucker, bucker. I can't curse because YouTube is sending me notifications. Buck what's going on over back channel, and buck what's going on over here. And that's kind of what I'm talking about, right? But yet then, people are looking to unify or have, the discussions and the things or whatever. Now, mind you, all this is supposed to be about R. Kelly. But can't nobody unify shit on a chord for R. Kelly. Because you got a whole bunch of other crap on and this or that. Man, get the fuck on. Get the fuck on. I've been hated quite a bit because of how I hold my own. Quite a bit. I have people be like, so and so. Because I hold my own. People don't like to see you hold your own too much. They like you weak. They like you vulnerable. They like you where you got that open door so that they can, slip and slide on manipulation and crap. They love that shit. Yeah, I know all of it. And if everybody is out there and she think that I don't need a leader. I don't need a leader. When I do chooses to have a leader, you best to believe that I'm going to stand behind some of the finest and the best. And those people do not come with bull crap aligned or in they goddamn resume. That'll never happen because I'm going to check it thoroughly. That's how I am. That's how I will forever be. That's how my dad raised me and my siblings. Can't depend on what everybody say. You can't depend on what everybody do. That's trying to lead you up the road. That's how I roll. I'm not an intimidating person, but I can sound intimidating because of how I come off sometimes. But I'm strong. And that's the problem. I'm strong, motherfucker. I feel all of that in my bones. You can't tell me anything. Can't tell me anything. It ain't gonna fly. Ain't gonna fly. Not at all. Don't fly at all. But the minute I go and have a response and want to wait, ho, now it's my goddamn comprehension. mm. Mm. It's my comprehension. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. My moderators never lied to them. Always been respectful to them. Had good times with them. Laughter. Nothing. I owed it to them that I can be the most respectful person, loyal person to them, because I wanted them to help monitor this channel. So I had to prove to them, and I think I did a well damn good job at it. Never crossed them. Never did anything to hurt. None of that. Kept them out of everything. Just monitor the channel. That's all. They don't engage in none of the conversations to like that, hit on panels, or none of that. They came and they do what they do for me, and then they leave. Now, I appreciate that out of them. I don't expect them all the time, and they can come when they want to. I don't have rules like that. I don't choose to put rules on people like that. I don't have a channel that's got 350,000 freaking subscribers on it. I don't have 1,000 people rolling up and down through this chat where I need to have someone here all the time. I can control that myself. You can believe that? But my comprehension is fine. It's just that people don't like what I have to say behind what is being said. That's it. That's all. I'm saved, bro. I'm saved. I'm saved. Yeah. But I know what I see. I know what I know. Can't nobody take that from me. It got to this point. I've been quiet, respectful, all of the above, mind my business, stayed in my lane, stay on my channel, don't intervene anymore. I laid down the shits and giggles and stuff for, here and there. I'll grab somebody's freaking channel content like everybody else do. Oh, let me have a reaction to this. It's okay if others do it. But by golly, if Pap do it, it's a problem. Let's not make that a problem, because I don't do nothing that's too much differently than what you all are doing. Let's not make that a problem. Shouldn't be a problem. No, JoJo, it didn't make me feel no type of way. I just brought a little bit of awareness to what you like to speak on about R. Kelly. And the address is running across the bottom of your life. Didn't make me feel no type of way, but it started to make me feel that it made you feel some type of way with me speaking what I spoke on, but you keep speaking on it. You see how I can do that? Didn't make me feel no type of way at all. My shit been monetized, I think, through the second or the third superseding. Okay? Why would that make me feel some type of way? I've done my part. That's nobody's business as far as R. Kelly. I know one thing. My money didn't go to the other people. It went directly to where the hell it was supposed to go. I know that I wasn't going to get involved with sending out no $10,000 from other people asking me to do so and so, and I came out and I made a lie behind that. Well, y'all need to put up y'all houses and shit. Y'all need to go sell y'all cars. Calling my phone asking me if I got $10,000. I'm gonna give what I want, not what you want me to give. Ain't how that work. Not only that, I don't know these people from a can of paint. I'm supposed to just say, oh, well, so-and-so is asking for everybody to give $10,000 and woo, 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 who? Who is so-and-so? Man, click. Ooh, no faces, no money. Ha! Pap couldn't be played on that. Oh, sup. But I noticed after I did that live on that one there, for some apparent reason, that whole goddamn $10,000 search hunt shut down. I ain't hear nobody else out here trying to get no money. Yeah, that shit was funny. It was one of those crazy episodes, though. Now, Pap can't be tricked out of shit. Nothing. No. But once again, there's that propaganda. It's cool. But my life wasn't about putting fear nowhere. My life was only about putting the facts where the facts is going to stay on my life. Nobody is forced to believe and concur what I said. Those are my facts. Those are my facts. Those are me knowing what's going on, what happened, what I was responding to in that order pertaining to y'all and embarrassing. I didn't move the needle point. I kept it right there. Of course, I got to throw in some examples. A parable. Wait a minute. Let's weigh this out. Something ain't fitting good right here. What the hell? Oh, you can do it. And it's not embarrassing. Others do it. It's embarrassing. I get it, because we all are captured within this double standard ass world that we live in. You know? You want to teach it one way and let the other way be what it is. Until the other way needs to come out. Clean something up. Yeah, I lashed out. Upset people tend to do that. Upset people tend to do that. And sometimes with people that walk around and may have these emotions and things like that, it's natural. How you gonna unnaturalize it? It's not nothing of me that requires any freaking medicine, because I control me. I know when I want to shut it down. Now, how do you or anybody would define that as craziness when I know I can shut stuff down when I want to? How's that? See, crazy people can't shut it down when they want to. They just out of freaking control. Did it make me mad? Yes. Could I have controlled my outlash? I don't know. I thought about that 15 minutes ago. Then I realized I couldn't, because you just kept saying it. Y'all. This y'all. I'm not going to allow someone to put something on me that is not true. Why would I not defend myself? Why would I not defend myself when that is inaccurate? Nobody wants anything to be put on them when that's not true. Y'all ain't doing it. It's not a y'all. It's misplaced. It ain't right. It's almost like trying to send two people to freaking jail when one of them is innocent. What? Embarrassing. We all have had some embarrassing moments out here. Oh, but I'm going to paint yours as you're the worst and you're the psycho and you're the crazy. No, that's not what we about to do. That's not what we about to do, because I'm pretty sure I can go back and edit and clip a whole bunch of videos and just let them play as just the 2020 to 26 embarrassing moments of the YouTube streets of this community. I can do that. I can do that. We can laugh. Just nothing of my caliber that I would want to do because I don't have time to do all of that. But I could do that. And there's nothing worse than a person trying to point out somebody else's demise, but then leave theirs covered up in a box. What? It's this, what? What? We do that at? Don't work like that. Now that I'm humble, chilling, allowing this medicine to work a little bit, get a little pressure off my chest and my head, what am I now? What am I now? Am I crazy now? Huh? Am I delusional now? Am I confused now? Is my comprehension not working? What the fuck? See, I can give you calm and I can go high. But I'm curious as to what am I now? Because I tried to do calm several times. People don't hear calm. You know, but the minute I turn up that decibel to a higher pitch, everybody hears that. Everybody hears that. That's no different when mama's telling that boy to turn the TV off. Son, turn that TV off. Son, you know it's time to turn that TV off. Son don't hear. Son keeps watching the freaking TV. Mom had to get a little closer. Son, I said turn that freaking son turning that TV off. Now son hears her. Took her to get loud, obnoxious. But then now son thinks that mom is crazy. Isn't that funny? Mom ain't crazy at all. You just didn't hear her the first time when she was humble and nice and asked for something to be done. You didn't hear her. Or you ignored her. You didn't want the niceness. Mom got crazy. Son hurried up and turned that damn TV off before he got that belt to the bottom. But then she became crazy. That's usually how it goes. I don't know what happened to her. No, Tim, man, she told me to turn the TV off. I didn't hear it. Man, she just went crazy on me, man. Man, I think my mom crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with mom. Son just didn't want to hear. Son wanted to ignore and keep doing what he wanted to do. But see, if it's time and this is a situation that had to go to court because mom didn't put the paddle to the behind, son now wants to have mom charged. Define and put her out in the courts, displaying her that she lost her mind and she's crazy. That is how this shit works. Yeah. Because he didn't want to turn the TV off when he got the calmness, the niceness of his mom. But you want to present to the courts now because mom put that paddle to the belt, the rear end. And she got loud after asking you 3 times to turn the TV off, son. You went and filed a suit of abuse. Craziness. Now it's time for the attorneys to paint this picture and dig all into the background of mom. Mom had a fight back in 1988 in the high school, beat up 2 girls. She was in a horrible accident where she caused the accident and the passenger died. Mom also bounced a check back in 1992. They building and stacking and building and stacking, all because son would not turn that TV off when he got the nice, calm mom. But because son got his butt spanked a little bit and mom raised his voice for people or her son to hear her and comply, now mom facing 5 to 7 years. Just trying to conversate, put some understanding and a parable to what I'm saying about what I just said. That's kind of how that worked. Let's convict Pat now because she got loud and crazy on her live to speak her truth. Let's do that. Makes more sense to do. Makes more sense to do. Let's turn her into the bad guy. Let's turn her into the dummy. That's usually how it works. The more I think about it, it's kind of funny. Y'all crazy. People are just crazy. But hey, that's the world we live in, right? You got to learn how to either adapt to it or maneuver around it. It's like your 2 options. Or join them. 3 options. You can join them, adapt, or move the hell around from it. Because this shit is. And what I came out here to do. Enjoy my channel. Enjoy the company that I keep. Welcome those that wants to come and have fun on my channel. Regardless whether if I'm talking about R. Kelly or anything. That's what my intentions were out here. Never to control no situation. Because I know that there's not a darn thing that I can do as far as being in a higher power or a higher seat to help free an R. Kelly. See, I know that. I'm in reality on that. There's a whole lot of people that are not. Your faith can be wherever you want it to be. But when you acknowledge reality, your belief becomes more clear to you so that you won't be out here doing a whole bunch of wicky-washy, crazy crap. See, that's what stopped me. The hell I look like fighting with she over there and B over here. You know, a T over there. I ain't gonna do that for. Huh? Well, I'm gonna get into a whole bunch of arguments and crazy thing about some freaking paperwork on the understanding of what this means and what that means. I can read. I can understand. I know what weighed against him and what weighed for him. Huh? Everybody wants to disregard the fact that the indefinitely was in that freaking paperwork. It was already substantiated how Judge Donnelly was coming. She already made note, black and white, indefinitely. Definitely a word that needs to be either redacted or taken the hell up out that paperwork. How do you make this decision, pre-decision already, without even hearing all the freaking evidence, without even having the court even start? She wrote indefinitely, he's not coming out. What? You know this already? Everybody missed that one. Yeah, it's like indefinitely. What do you mean? You already done pre-decided this shit before it was even heard, before a sequestered juror to put this in the paperwork that he's indefinitely going to stay in jail? Man, you got to be kidding. I talked about that. But I'm not who they wanted to hear from, you know? Because I had a shits and giggles show. I'm not the person of whom they wanted to hear from. To, hey, wait a minute, we might want to look into this here. Hold on, where these attorneys at? Ain't got no questions about this goddamn language right? Indefinitely. A pre-decision already made before the courts already started. Oh, hell no. That was a red flag standing right out there. But I wasn't nobody. I get that. You know, I wasn't nobody. It meant a lot to me, you know. Enjoying reading the paperwork and, you know, having the company that I keep and all that stuff. But man, once pizza got expensive, nobody's listening. Man, wait a minute. I'm not finna be spending all this freaking money. I'm going to pay my damn light bill. Fuck is wrong with me? It ain't that damn serious. If anything, if we want to talk about a nigga, had he found out about that shit, I'd have probably got my ass cussed the fuck out. I meant buck out. That's what he probably would be thinking that I'm nuts on. What? You spent what on place? What? Huh? That's the shit I better keep hiding. Talking about this other shit about him knowing about some shit. Wonder how he would have felt about that. Oh my Lord. Huh? Think he worried about that? Let's talk about the story. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Talk about who the hell you all about to get the help free R. Kelly. Talk about that. What is the next attorney and the next moves that you got that's gonna free R. Kelly? Huh? Because I don't have any. I don't have no money. I don't have no idea. I don't have no other attorneys in me. I don't have none of that. Never did at all. But all the big spokesmen can't even come together collectively either to do so either. So I'm just guessing that once they keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, shout out to you, Rated R. Shout out to you. Because you literally have been putting in your work and staying accord. And I am grateful to be able to come over when I catch your lives, to be a part of a listening person in your chat. Shout out to you. Without all of the rigor the distractions, and trying to be of a higher power. Shout out to you. Now, if I was wrong, I'll right my wrong with the conclusion of apologizing. But right now, I can't find my wrong. I'll review my life. And to anything that I said other than profanity that I have apologized for, but that comes with being angry. And yes, I can do better on addressing my anger in a better way. I'm still work in progress. But one thing I'm not is a devil in disguise. I don't hide behind my words, my thoughts, or my actions. I don't have to. I stand with dignity, pride, and I owe loyalty to nobody but myself, other than the ones that I feel the need to reciprocate it to. That's it with that. But my comprehension, no, JoJo, it's up to par. Trust and believe that. I read, I study, I research, just like everybody else. And I apply my thesis where I see it to fit. And so far as what I do and learning the game at what I do, I've been successful at it on paperwork. Right now, I've lost maybe 3 over maybe 200 and something files within a year. I think that I'm doing well with comprehending what I need to comprehend to be successful at what I do. I think I can comprehend what my bank statements say and the interest rates and the APRs. I think I comprehend very well exactly what is written and typed up in my mortgage loan, in my used to be car loans. If I didn't, and it didn't make sense to me, I wouldn't have never signed them. So I think my comprehension is fine. It's fine. I'm getting older, and me trying to remember a lot of stuff that happened past 10 years ago is quite difficult for me, because if I don't know it now, then 9 times out of 10, it was probably irrelevant to me. My storage memory capacity absolutely remembers a lot of stuff that I choose to storage that was definitely important for me. Definitely. But a whole bunch of hogwash and bull crap, circus play shit. No, after 24 hours, I don't remember half of that shit. Just like it is with names. If it's someone that just does not stick with me, does not have a purpose in my life, no, I forget your name. I do. I forget your face, which is a bad thing to do. Because at some point you never know when somebody gonna pull up on you. And you can't recognize, like, oh, what the fuck? Became irrelevant to me. Yeah. So you have that on the record. All that profanity and crap. Yeah, I apologize for that. It is what it is, though. Because that comes with being angry. Uncontrollable part of the human mind, the body, that just releases in a defensible mode. Shit just happened. I hear cussing all the damn time from a whole lot of other people, especially the ones that goes in the restaurant and they ain't got their order right. Shit happens. You took it as something of a fear element. I don't know why. You man, I'm woman. What is it that a man would ever fear about a woman doing or saying anything? That's ludicrous to me. You're a whole fucking man, right? Right? Everybody out here should sure understand all that goddamn wolf, hot mouth, or whatever the hell you guys want to put a name tag to. Y'all should be understandable with that. You know what's crazy though? How one side or set of people can see you one way, but the other side set of people can see you the other way. That's because that side to the left over here got a particular side that they probably would have never expected, or, you know, but this side on the right over here been getting the same freaking character that they met from day one. That's some crazy shit. Crazy. But I am not who you all been trying to make a pap out here, because I stand my ground, because of the way that I choose to respond to some things that needs to have a response to. I'm just dealing with a bunch of people that just don't want to understand or accept the facts, the truth. So let's put out something of this accord to make it appear that this is what it is. because she lashed out. Now she's looking crazy. Typical. Expected. It's no surprise to know that someone who's supposed to be allegedly as intelligent as they say they are, to come back with something like that. I don't think that I can count on both hands of using the word jealousy, because I understand how people will reciprocate in their response. It does not necessarily mean that a person would be jealous. It does not necessarily mean because someone has responded in a certain way that they choose to respond that they are haters. But see, this is what you allegedly attempt to try to teach on how people are conditioned. So I can question what has been conditioned about you to even say that. Jealous. This is what they taught you. This is what you are learned to say. When in fact, that is not what it is. But because we are so conditioned to practice and preach what we are taught, we're led to believe that if we put it where you think it fits, it should apply, sustain, damage a person. Why? Why, as humans, do we think like that? Why? Because it's easy to be thrown out there. It's easy for you to try to sustain that, because the actions of the person and the things that the person has said could probably fit your narrative about being jealous based on some of the things that I said. But see, that comes from what you try to teach, right, as being conditioned. Making up your own theory to align with what you said. Jealous. I've been in my lane doing my own thing on this channel over here, quite frankly, for a long time. Not bothering nobody. Reacting to videos just like everybody else does, right? We monkey sees, monkey does out here. Every single body. You just try to twist it up and do it a little bit different. At some point, it still becomes the same topics, the same dance moves, same microphones, same video effects. It all becomes the same. But yet then we got to fight amongst each other on who has it the best, whose stuff is messed up, like the insane. Talk about the culture. Talk about the blackness of this and the blackness of that. We'll never do better. We'll never do better. We can't do better. We are already conditioned to destroy each other. We're already conditioned to do so. The unchanged is unchangeable. We are only left to only have just you. And if you ain't got you, then you'll leave yourself out here vulnerable as hell for the world or somebody to destroy you. It's never my intentions to destroy anybody. But I also have the intentions to destroy somebody who wants to put reckon on me, on something that wasn't true. I can't say whether if people have Jesus in their life or not. That's not my place to say. I know who I walk with. I know what I feel that flows through my body. I know what law I abide by. But I can't say that about others. I can only know where my heart is placed at. I trust my heart. And I'm okay with that. Not worrying about the others. Because you can't save them all. You can't save them all. The land was created by the higher power. And the higher power already knew that it's going to be some with me and there's going to be some without me. And the ones that's without are the ones that he already knows that's going to be left behind. But that's not my calling. That's the higher power. I just have to know what I trust. That's it and that's all. Can't save them all. Can't save them all. Everybody's going to have a particular performance, to be and say who they are. Blah, blah, blah. Me out here trying to fool people on who I am and all of that stuff. Ain't nothing fake about Pap. It's nothing fake about Pap. There's rights that I should have, and that's private to my freaking life. I'm entitled to that. I'm entitled to that. I don't pray for everybody. I don't pray for everybody. I stopped praying for the world. There's no way in hell that everybody out here in this world seeing what's going on that can't use their common sense or whatever to go somewhere and start praying. Why does everybody got to keep trying to teach somebody about praying and what's right and what's wrong and who finna do that? Stuff is draining. He has his disciples out here, right? Let them do the work. That job is hard. That's a very difficult job to try to save Billy, John, and Scott. It's a big job. Can't save them all. He has his disciples in place out here. Kind of gotta let those people go. The only thing about those freaking disciples, hell, who can you trust them? What are they doing? Huh? Some of them came out here to do this. Some of them doing this. Some of them doing that. It's been doomsday. You just got to know how to move around it. Go where you know it's right to be at. Go where you know where it's right to be at. And save somebody that knows that they walking up in a school with a freaking gun to shoot the school up. How you gonna save them? He gone already. He had nothing to do with Jesus. He was already gone. Jesus let him go. He destroyed himself already. There ain't all good on this planet. There never will be. Due to a whole bunch of different various of elements going on. Your medicine, whoever done got hard, you know, a soul built up with anger. Somebody broke as hell, wants to rob the banks. It's everywhere. Instead of people fixing themselves. They'll come out and hurt others, harm others. That's how that works. So we already doomed. Did God do it? Nope. Person did it to themselves because of the lives that they chose to make for themselves, and whether if it panned out good, they gonna do good. Pan out bad, they coming for vengeance. They got put on a freaking punishment for 30 days. Phone taken away from them. Now it's time to go rob the goddamn liquor store. Because I'm mad. What? Stick somebody up for their car. Because I'm mad. Having sexual freaking desires. So what I'm going to do is lure somebody off of the fucking plane and take them to my house and do what I got to do and then burn them in the backyard because I'm mad. That ain't God. I'm just talking right now. That's it. That's it. But I have my days, and it ain't too many of them, where I'm sad or mad or bitter. I'm usually happy every day. No matter what the situation is, I'm usually happy like every day. Like, why do I have to be mad? Shit, I woke up this morning. Let's get it. Let's get it. You know. The sun is shining. There is something to put one foot in front of the other every day. What can I make of this day? That's me. Who can I tell to have a good morning? That's me. See you tomorrow. Because my plans is I want to see you tomorrow. Before this stuff to be going down and people wants to try to take your character and turn it into something that is not, it brought out my anger. And I'm a fighter for mines. I'm a fighter for mines. So, I'm sorry that, not sorry, that you feel to retort this back to my comprehension based on my response to the narrative of that conversation about y'all and embarrassing. One thing nobody can do is make me feel like a fool that you want me to be. It's not going to ever happen. Ever. To respond back with my anything about my comprehension. Because I'm not sitting out here divulging in intellectual conversations that can lure you into speaking on some things that is not anybody's business. Because that's what happens out here. It starts off with this. Well, let's talk about that. Next thing is into the people's personal relationships. Now it's into the man. If you don't get on up out of here with that, if I keep it this away, I know for a fact that things will not go that away. But because of how I think and how I move and how I talk, I'm the dumb one. I'm the stupid one. I can't formulate a complete sentence to make it make sense. Yeah, as you guys say, you're performing. I guess you got to perform out here. But come and sit down at the table with ye. Have a cup of tea. And I guarantee you, you will say differently about thee. And that's a promise. That's definitely a promise. What you captivated on YouTube on how Pat was saying this and saying that, and she don't make we on YouTube. We're on YouTube. Don't believe everything you hear on YouTube. That would be craziness. Just because they say it don't mean it's true. Stop that. Stop that. Stop it. Now, feel like I'm breathing a little bit better. I'm going to go prepare for my hour show that I wanted to do. Again, I don't care how it is taken, what people take from it. And as I stated earlier, it just might, I don't know. Not making no promises. Lay this crap to rest. No promises made. I like promises because sometimes when I make them, I keep my word. I'm a gal of my word. I say I'm going to do it, then I'm going to do it. And if I can't do it, something come up, then I'll tell you that too. Because shit happens. But I don't care how people take it. And I want some answers behind some things. But I'll be back, 8 o'clock.